Hey cuties, I'm Lanikia and you're watching What Happened on the Soap Sisters General Hospital Edition. All right, guys, let's get right into this. On a scale of 1 to 10, it wasn't a 10. It wasn't a 10 like yesterday because, it gave us everything, but it was a solid 7, I believe. Y'all tell me if y'all disagree or not in the comments. Let's jump right on into this, y'all. We see, baby, Curtis and Portia, didn't nobody ask for this, but let me tell you something. So the new detective, I'm gonna tell y'all later in a video. I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna okay. So, anyways, Curtis and Portia are there. He came looking for her because he said Trina told him she's like really not handling this good. She said Britt was more than just a boss. She respected her, and and so this is very hard to take in. And so Curtis said, "I told the florist to find me." I remember. I remember everything they was talking about. Because didn't nobody ask for this. Didn't nobody ask to see you too. But I know one thing, baby, Jordan stay in y'all brain. Y'all, every conversation, you always have to bring it back to, I remember when I was married to Jordan. I said, so when I got divorced from Jordan, I said, sir, did nobody ask you for this? And Portia, how you gonna sit up here and baby, I saw these his and her tiles and I wanted to get them, but I ain't know. He said, no, I want everybody to know, about me and my significant other. And so go ahead and get the tiles, baby. She said, really? He said, yeah, girl, get them tiles. I said, are we really doing this right now? Are we really doing this right now? If y'all don't get off the screen, Portia, you gonna sit up here and talk about his and her times, baby? I am ready for February to see this wedding. And babe, General Hospital, I want you to give it to me. I mean, I want somebody to be left at the altar. I want evidence to come out that Trina is Curtis' daughter. I want tears. I want fussing. I want betrayal. I want heartache. If y'all do this storyline right, I will be hook, line, and sinker. But right now, I don't care about these two picking out stuff and him talking about I was watching you as you sleep. Move on. Now then we go to Felicia and Cody, and she said that Mac had been trying to contact Cody. He was like, "Oh, I had to give birth to a filly," and it reminded me of that time. I said it was just last week that he gave birth to that baby with Britt. And so he was like, life is so precious. And so she said, oh, Cody, I'm so sorry to tell you this. Mac was trying to reach you, but he couldn't. And Britt died last night. And he was like, what? And so she said, yes. And so she started telling him everything that happened. And he told her, he didn't deserve Britt. That, she was in his life. It could have been a match. It could have been something, but he did her dirty. And she found out about it. And really, they wanted Britt alone because had Cody been in her life or whatever, she wouldn't have been on that pier and wouldn't have got hooked in the first place. But because she was leaving, they was like, we got to go ahead and break these two up. So it makes sense why he wasn't there, like to try to protect her and defend her or whatever, But anyway, so he's sad that Britt died, and he was like, she was such a good woman and she had so many more lives to save, and he hates the way he did her. But Felicia's just letting him know that she gonna be there for him. And y'all, I'm gonna move on. It wasn't much of this. So then Brad, okay, so a reporter is hounding Maxie, talking about, y'all, you were married into the family and y'all were close friends. How do you feel? And Brad said, hey, leave her alone. And then Nina comes up and she tells the reporter, get out of my hotel. And so they're there because Liesl cannot. She just can't do it. She can't do it. She can't make arrangements for Britt. She's too heartbroken. So they're there to pick out a dress for her. And so because Britt was staying at the Metro Court, so she's going into the room to let them do that, and they're just heartbroken. Like, honestly, it was sad seeing how upset they were, especially Brad, when he was like, she's all I had. Like, we don't see who else is Brad in scenes with? Nobody. He's not in scenes with anyone else except for Ms. Wu. And he said, and they were, so they go into the room and they're talking, and they said all of Britt's things are gone. And they were like, she gave it to charity, because Nina called and they said she gave her stuff to charity and she took some things for her vacation. And they were like, what's going on? And Brad said she was talking about a will, and then she left him everything. Who does that at this age? And then Maxie was talking about, look how she wanted us to be so close. And so Nina said, okay, guys, I have something to tell you. So then she just tells them that she had Huntington's disease. And they're like, oh my gosh, because Brad said, I was at the hospital and I saw those patients, and the life that they had at the end and everything. And it was just like they understood that Britt didn't want them to see that, but they were like, Brad said, when the whole baby switching thing and everything came out about me. She didn't bat an eye. Like, she didn't turn her back on me. She didn't bat an eye. And I wouldn't have done her like that. I would have been there by her side. But she just didn't want them to see her like that. And so Brad's upset, and they're all crying. And then Nina has to leave because Liesel takes her and tell her to come over to the GH. That's where she is. And Nina, she tells them, I need y'all to find a dress for Britt's memorial for her to wear. And they're like, okay. And then Brad, he gets all upset. He was like, because Maxi's like, we got to find this dress. And he said, I don't want to find the dress. I want my friend. This shouldn't even be happening. And so then, so that means Brad is not going to be working for Miss Wu, because Britt left everything to him so that he wouldn't have to work for her. So he's got a little change or whatever. But anyways, so she tells him, okay, fine, because he's upset and he's kind of mad at Britt, which that's a normal reaction. Like, I wasn't mad at Brad being mad at Britt that she didn't let him in, because he's like, I wanted to be there for her and I want her here. I don't want her to be dead. I don't want to be planning this funeral for her. And so Maxie was like, okay, well, I'm gonna play, because she knows what Brad needs. She was like, I'm gonna play and I'm gonna get a dress. And he was like, girl, no, you can't get her dressed because it would be looking a hot mess. And so she gets him, they start their little banter. And I was like, okay, so these two are going to pick up where Britt and Brad left off. It's going to be these two, which I'm not mad at it because, they don't be giving Maxie storylines either. So this is right up the alley. So then we see Liesel is in the office, packing up Britt's things, and Austin is like, what are you doing here? And she said, I'm not letting anybody touch her stuff. And, she wants to make sure that, she's just emotional. And he says, shouldn't be you planning things. She said, no, Scott's taking care of it. She can't do anything. She doesn't want to plan her daughter's funeral. So she's packing up, all of her things so that she can have her personal items with her. And he says, Lisa, no one's going to get to Brit's stuff. I'll make sure of it. They'll have to ask me to remove anything from this room. And she said, okay, thank you. And so then we see, because she's so upset, he's like, what, he wants to know. She thanks him for the what she did, and he says, yeah, for showing her the memories. And then he tells Lisa about Britt was leaving town, and she was like, leaving town. And now it makes sense to Lisa when Britt said, I came back for you, because remember, Britt was leaving, but she kept telling Lisa, I came back for you. I came back for all of y'all, because she wanted to spend her last moments with them. She decided that at the last minute. And so now that's all making sense to her. And so, anyway, she's thanking Austin for everything he's done, and she says, "I wanted as Britt know she was loved." And he says, "I don't know, but I'd like to think that she did know that we all loved her." And then Lisa is just like, she's upset and she can't believe it was the hook killer. And then Austin tells Lisa, he just says it as a passing comment. He says, "Well, don't worry, GH has a suspect and they're under custody right now." And I said, Austin, what have you done? So then we go to Nicholas, and he says, I need to talk to my son. He was really close to Britt, and I need to let him know what's going on, because I don't want him hearing it from someone else, and he's not taking my calls. And Dante said, that's a personal problem. You could deal with that on your time. But I need you to answer some of my questions. And Dante thinks Nicholas was Esme's accomplice. I said, baby, no, you're not gonna be a detective and think this. No, I refuse. I'm not even gonna speak on this. I'm not gonna speak on this, because you're not gonna have me doing a review about a stupid storyline like this. Like, Dante cannot be that dumb. He cannot be that dumb. But child, he says, yes, I am, because I think Nicholas was the accomplice. I said, goodbye. And so Nicholas said, I'm about to go. Like, you ain't got nothing on me. You can't hold me. I'm gonna see you next lifetime. And so Dante was like, if I have nothing, then why are you so angry? And Nicholas just leaves, and he blows out of breath because he don't want Dante to know what he really is up to. So anyways, then we see Esme as well as Elizabeth, and she says, Esme, do you remember anything? And Esme is just like, she don't remember. And I said, shoot, I don't know if she's faking this or not at this point. I really don't know. And so then we see Kevin comes in, and because Elizabeth says, I have someone who will help you, and Kevin comes in, and Esme knows Kevin, and so I said, no, dang, maybe she's not faking it, because she was like, I know you, but I can't place it, and so they call his name, and she was like, that ain't it, and she said, well, maybe you know Spencer, well, maybe you know Nicholas. She said, mm-mm. And he said, I have a twin brother. I said, because for a minute there, I thought Esme was finna give it up, and was about to tell that, oh, you're my dad. I thought she would, because you know she gone, and I thought her memory was gonna come back, and she was gonna be like, Dad, you're my dad, baby. But she didn't. But she knows something, and she was like, "Son, I don't know, well, whatever." But anyways, Kevin tells Elizabeth, the nurse Baldwin, to leave, and she said, "Is that your name?" She was like, "Yeah." And so she leaves, and then what's his name? Kevin starts talking to Esme or whatever, and he trying to jog her memory. And you know, all that information. I'm gonna move forward to this one much. And then Martin comes in, and he said, we're gonna stop this right here. And so Elizabeth comes in, and he said, I'm your lawyer. I was hired by the state. And I said, well, dang. Yeah, I didn't know. He said, this is pro bono. And I said, well, dang, they got she got a good lawyer for, they didn't get her no rinky dink somebody to come in. Martin is pretty. And so he was gonna help her and everything, right? And then Kevin says, well, I can't talk to her if she'll lawyer it up with you. And so then Elizabeth, Kevin, and Elizabeth, Martin, and Esme are there. And Martin said, don't be mad at me. That's what he told Kevin, but you can't ask her any more questions. And he was like, I understand. And so he leaves, and then he tells Esme, she was like, I don't understand why I need a lawyer. I know the revenge porn, but why won't anybody tell me what I've done? And he said, look, young lady, you are accused of murder. They think she's the murderer. And so she was like, oh, what? And so then Martin ends up leaving because he just told her, don't talk to the doctors. I'm the only person that you could talk to. So he ends up leaving because he's done with her, right? Because she don't remember nothing anyways. And so Elizabeth said, Esme, I'm going to know if you're lying. So talk to me. And Esme really, she don't remember. From what Elizabeth can tell, she really doesn't remember anything. And so they told her she's 7 months pregnant. She don't remember anything. She don't remember who the baby daddy. Oh, I'm so sorry. I hate that phrase. She doesn't remember who's the child's father, the father of her child is. She does not know who it's going to be, who it is. She doesn't remember anything. So Elizabeth's like, okay, so she leaves, right? And so then Kevin and Dante meet up at the station. And so Dante said, is she faking it? And Kevin said, honestly, I don't think she is. I think she really doesn't remember. And I was like, well, child, okay, because y'all know I put that poll up. If you have not already put your vote in, go ahead and put your vote in, because I put a poll up. Do y'all think Esme is faking or not? Honestly, my vote was, I don't know. I don't know what she's doing. I really do believe right now she's faking it, but I agree with you, Nakisha, and it was a few others. I'm so sorry I can't remember your names. That said, I think for right now she's faking it, but she'll get her memory back. I totally agree with you on that. It was someone else had mentioned that as well. So yeah, I think I believe that. I think right now Esme can't remember. She, honest to goodness, she don't remember who she is. She, like, honestly, she doesn't remember. But when she gets her memory back, that girl is not about to tell anyone what's going down. She's going to ride this out, and she's gonna end up blackmailing Nicholas. Them is what I think is gonna happen. Let me see. Hold on, just a second. I'm sorry about that. Sorry about that. Okay. Oh, Shanti. Shanti is the one who said that. All right, let's move on, y'all. So we see Nicholas and Martin said, you know, you did this. Cause he already knew when Nicholas said, you my your Esme's lawyer. He said, you did this, you pulled these strings. He said, yes, who better to represent her than family? And she's having a baby Cassadine. So yeah. I said, well, how is this gonna work? Because y'all know Nicholas didn't feel or maybe they brought in another Nicholas. But okay, Nikki, stop. You're getting ahead. But anyways, he said, I need you to protect my investment. I said, okay then, Nicholas. And so, okay. Now, Ryan said, I don't know why I didn't figure this out before, but you're the hook killer, Heather. And she said, but I still, y'all tell me what you think in the comments. I don't think she was the original hook killer. And they said, because everybody's saying, ain't no way Esme is 7 months pregnant, hooked Rory, and then hooked um Brit and fought with Brit. There's no way she did it. And they're even questioning like how she take Brando down. They're questioning all of it, right? And I said, well, because some of y'all said, well, maybe it was Esme at first, and then Heather took over to take the suspicion off Esme. And I said that would make sense because we said, how did that earring get on Rory? And we know Heather did Rory. That's what I believe. She hooked him because it didn't bother Heather to kill these people. She hooked him. She hooked Brit, and all that. But who was the original hooker? I don't know if it was Esme. I still think it was somebody else, but it might have been. Y'all tell me what you think in the comments, child, because I have no clue. But anyways, Ryan said, I don't know why I didn't see it. Okay, so then Ryan tells her, you need to come forward and come clean so that you could protect the family. He said it, but he said it as some kind of way, and she was like, what are you talking about, the rest of us? And he says, our little girl, can you knit? Because you're gonna need to make little booties and everything. And she was like, what? And he said, our little girl is having a baby. Baby, I said, oh, child, what the grandbaby gonna be like? Oh, child, this is just a whole case of psychopaths, generational curses. Like, you had no chance. Well, Esme didn't have a chance with Ryan and Heather being her mother and her parents. And now, well, this baby got Nicholas and Esme. If Nicholas is a little wimp that he gonna scheme and shame and get he narcissist, and then Esme is a little psychopath too, baby, these children is gonna be messed up in years if General Hospital, if they still keep stories around, because y'all know I believe honestly in like 30 years we won't even have soaps. But if they still keep General Hospital around, this poor baby this poor baby, I said, oh, you got it hard on both ends of it. But anyways, child, so Heather's like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be a grandma. And then Ryan said, all of us are gonna be together, including Ava. I said, baby, what? That girl don't want you. And Heather's like, ugh. I said, wait a minute, Ryan, you still holding out hope for Ava? That girl don't want you. Baby, you're gonna have to fight Victor for her. You and Victor gonna have to go toe to toe for her. But anyways, he said, you need to help the family. She said, well, obviously I'm the only one who can. I mean, look at you can't help us do nothing. But anyway, she told him, it's gonna be the wait, Esme, the four of us. And he said, you're off two people. He said, you forgot about Ava and no. She said the three of us, and he said, you're off two people. You forgot about Ava and the baby. She said, oh. I said, how many times you gonna bring up Ava? Baby, he really wants Ava back. Hold on, mama. Let me finish this, and I'm gonna give you a snack. So then, anyways, they gonna do it. She gonna go out and hook again. And I said, who is she gonna hook? Because hold on, let me go. Stop muting my mic. Let me go and get her a snack. But I'm gonna keep talking to y'all. So I said, well, who is she gonna hook again? So this makes me wonder, because Nicholas was not able to finish up his scenes, y'all. And I know some of y'all told me, nah, Nikki, they're gonna replace Nicholas. But honestly, it would be, if they didn't want to, this would be perfect, because they would hook him, right? If they hook him, that would explain like why he's not on the soap anymore. I'm just saying. But who is she trying to hook now? Because he said, you gotta get the suspicion off of Esme. I said the suspicion should already be off Esme, because ain't no way she hooked Brit and fought and all that, but because she wasn't around. But I don't know, child. We'll see what happens. All right, let's move on. So then we go over here to Nina, and baby Nina is like, Aunt Aunt Lisa, where are you? And she's not in Brit's office, right? Hold on, mama. Here. You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome. So she's not in Brit's office, right? All right, so she's not in the office. And I said, oh my God. She's not in there. And so then Nina was like, I'm here. Where are you? Baby, I said, oh, y'all done brought the old Lisa back. That's what y'all did with this. And so Liesel, somebody come up in Esme's room and she says, I can't sleep. Can you give me something stronger? And Liesel said, that can be arranged. I said, oh, y'all brought her back. Okay. We're going to see what happens. But y'all, that was General Hospital. I am hooked. And then I watched a preview for tomorrow's episode, and I only want to see half of the story. I don't care nothing about half of them people that they showing. So I was like, whew. I got to stop watching the previews because that makes me not want to watch the soap. And then when 2:00 rolls around, I'll be like, I'm gonna catch it on another day. But anyways, I'm gonna try to watch it tomorrow, y'all, because I want to see what's gonna happen with Lee. That's probably be the only reason I really am gonna tune in at 2:00. But y'all, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you tomorrow for the final episode of the week of What Happened on the Soaps General Hospital edition. Goodbye.